Tasty.
Tasty? Well,
It's
yeah.
like some raspberry pie feeling or something.
Well, take my word for it.
It's not. It's not. All right, for the next step on Project Rocky, we're going to start assembling the front end, but I want to go over once again just exactly what we're doing here because it is a unique setup. It's been proven though, so don't question it, but if you want to, just follow along. 73 to 87, they don't make a two-wheel drive lift kit. No lift spindles available, nothing out there. So we had to improvise. We went online, we did a little research, and we found out you take your factory 73 to 87 lower control arm and upper control arm, remove it. We're gonna replace it with a brand new 73 to 87 lower control arm and an upper control arm from an HD two-wheel drive 73 to 87. This is going to have to bolt up to a 4-inch lift spindle for an 88 to 98 Chevy truck from rough country. Now the trick to this is we're gonna have to swap out these ball joints, which we've already done. We took it over to Dallas at Full Pen Fabrication. Amazing fabricator. He popped out the original ball joints and put in ball joints from an 88 to 98 Chevy. Now these ball joints will line up with the correct spindle sizes. Then with the tie rod end, since the tie rod end is still from a 73 to 87, Dallas went ahead and beveled out the holes from the upper side for some extra clearance. Now a 73 to 87 tie rod end will work with our 88 to 98 spindle, along with our 73 to 87 upper and lower control arms and 88 to 98 ball joint. The spring's gonna be just basically replaced. We're replacing the two-wheel drive spring with a nice HD spring from a 73 to 87. And the rotor is the same thing. This is gonna be a factory original replacement. We got this piece from Rock Auto. All these units are coming from rockauto.com. There's some alignment holes. These alignment holes line up with the bolts that are inside of here. So you just want to line them up correctly before you crank them down. Make sure those are lined up, crank it down, and then you can move it in place. The factory axle shafts we took out. These are probably still okay to use. 31 spline rear axle shafts. We're gonna go ahead and replace them because we're building this whole truck from ground up. We're gonna use the new Yukon. They're 4340 chromoly axles, 31 spline. They're perfect for 12 bolt. Use new wheel studs for the ends. We'll press those in. New bearing and race kits. And then the chunk, we're gonna take this out. This is a 373. 373 is not gonna really work with us. We're gonna do a lift kit with a 33-inch tire. We have a LS, 5.3 LS going in there, so we need a better gear ratio. Yukon suggested we go with a 411. So we're doing 411 gears in the rear. Two-wheel drive, so we don't have to worry about the front, but 411 gears in the rear. We also have the posi rear end and the master install kit. We're gonna rebuild the rear end completely for this truck using all this good stuff from Yukon Gear and Axle. We've used their stuff in the past. It's amazing products. If you guys haven't used them, you've got to. Check them out online. But all right, so we're gonna do the rear. As you guys know, eventually we're gonna remove this leaf spring stuff, remove these hangers and everything, and we're gonna do a nice coilover 4-link kind of a setup for the rear suspension. But for now, we're doing BDS suspension. We're gonna do the springs. I'm not quite sure if we're gonna do the blocks, and then this shocks. It might be too tall with the blocks as it is, so we might take them off. But we got the frame all nice and clean. We got our brand new hangers, so we're just gonna bolt them up using hardware from LMC Parts. We ordered them. They know exactly which parts it is based on the website, so we know we got the right ones. So we're gonna bolt up the rear suspension.
Okay. Not worry about it right now, right?
Yeah, just kind of see how it binds up. So this is the new BDS spring, 4-inch spring. This is for a 3/4 ton Chevy. This is our original half-ton Chevy rear leaf spring. So with the shackle, it'll line up correctly, and it'll set right on our two-wheel drive frame. So the other side's already done. We're going to bolt this side in, starting with the front. All right. So you got them all set up. Just got to tighten the uppers, tighten the lowers, tighten this side. And you can see, as there's clearance here, plenty of clearance. There's not gonna be any binding. Plenty of space to go. Shackle works great. All right, we got the rear done as far as we're gonna go until we get the diff for the rear. So for now, we're gonna go ahead and put these front sway bar brackets on, and we'll mount those to the frame rail. They were originally riveted, but we're gonna bolt them on. We're dropping off our new American Force wheels. We're gonna get these guys ceramic coated. Our buddy Tyler from 352 Ceramic Coating is gonna take care of it. We're gonna ceramic coat the faces, the lips, and he's even gonna do the backside of the faces, which is really cool. Do those new Guardian SS wheels from American Force. They're going on Project Rocky. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. He said it's gonna take a day, so that's amazing. And we're not gonna have to do it again for a couple years. So that's great.
And then see how the grease comes out in between the bearings?
Yep. So the grease comes out nice and in the middle of all the bearings.
Pottery.
I hate to say
Oh, I got an itch.
I hate to say it, but it looks tasty.
Looks what?
Tasty.
Tasty? Well,
It's
yeah.
like some raspberry pie feeling
Yeah.
or something.
Well, take my word for it.
It's not. It's not.
March. I don't know when in March, but
Oh, we got something cool. Fuel tank for Project Rocky 79 Chevy. If you need a fuel tank for a 79 Chevy, check these guys out. Auto Metal Direct. Look how well that's packed. Let's get this thing cut open. They look amazing. I can't wait to mount those Toyo tires on them and watch the water bead off. I can't thank you enough, man. They look killer. So on to the next one. Let's get them mounted.